Good afternoon, colleagues. The legislature is back in session. Majority Leader Senator Lohan, you're recognized.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have exhausted items on the second reading file, and I move to go to the consideration of the daily file.
On the motion, are there any objections? Hearing and seeing no objection, motion carries. We are in the third reading file. Bill number 8-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 8-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Joe S. San Augustine, an act to amend Section 5127A and repeal Section 5127D of Subarticle C, Article 2, Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the extension of Government of Guam leases from 5 to 15 years.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yea. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, nay. Speaker Blas.
Aye. Nay.
Speaker Blas, nay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yea. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yea. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yea. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yea. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yea. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yea. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yea. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, nay. Senator Salas Matanani. Yea. Senator Salas Matanani, yea. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yea. Senator Taitagui. Senator Taitagui, nay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, nay.
Bill number 8-38 COR received 10 yeas, 5 nays. Bill number 8-38 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 10-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 10-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Sean Gumatautau, Jesse A. Lujan, Christopher M. Duenas, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, William A. Parkinson, Shelley V. Calvo, Joe S. San Augustine, V. Anthony Atta, Tello T. Taitagui, Frank F. Blas Jr. An act to add new sections 4131 and 4131.1 to Article 1 of Chapter 4, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Government of Guam Public Safety and Law Enforcement Officers' Line of Duty Death Benefit, and to require the development of administrative rules and regulations.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yea. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yea. Speaker Blas.
I'm good.
Speaker Blas, yea. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yea. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yea. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yea. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yea. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yea. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, yay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay.
Bill number 10-38 COR received 15 yeas. Bill number 10-38 COR is duly passed by this body. Congratulations, Senator Gumtato. Bill number 14-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 14-38 COR as amended on the floor, introduced by Tello T. Titagui, Sabrina Salas Matanani, Shelley V. Calvo, V. Anthony Atta, Therese M. Terlahi, Sabina Flores Perez, Chris Barnett, Sean Gumatautau, Jesse A. Lujan, Frank F. Blas Jr., an act to amend Section 1909C of Chapter 19, Title I, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the duties of the public auditor.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yay. Speaker Blas.
Okay.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, pass. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, yay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, pass. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay.
Bill number 14-38 COR received 15 yeas. Bill number 14-38 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 25-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 25-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations and further amended on the floor, introduced by Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Sean Gumatautau, Vincent A.V. Borja, Joe S. San Augustine, V. Anthony Ada, Christopher M. Duenas, Jesse A. Lujan, Sabrina Salas Matanani, an act to amend Section 8104 of Chapter 8, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to modernizing public agency notice requirements by authorizing the posting of public notices in locally licensed electronic newspapers and websites.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Ada. Vice Speaker Ada, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, nay. Speaker Blas.
Okay.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, nay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, nay.
Bill number 25-38 COR received 11 yeas, 4 nays. Bill number 25-38 COR is duly passed by the body. Bill number 3438 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 34-38 COR, as amended on the floor, introduced by V. Anthony Ada, Christopher M. Duenas, Frank F. Blas Jr., Joe S. San Augustine, Jesse A. Lujan, Chris Barnett, Sabina Flores Perez, Sabrina Salas Metanani, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Shelley V. Calvo, William A. Parkinson, Sean Gumatautau, Tello T. Titagui, Therese M. Terlahi, Vincent A. V. Borja, an act to amend Section 2108 of Chapter 2, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to requiring employees who resign from Government of Guam employment to submit to and pass drug testing to retain reemployment rights if said resignation was tendered within 30 days of an announced or random drug testing, and to require employees to submit to drug testing prior to reemployment.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Ada. Vice Speaker Ada, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yay. Speaker Blas.
Okay.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, yay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay.
Bill number 34-38 COR received 15 yeas. Bill number 34-38 COR is duly passed by the body. Bill number 35-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 35-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks and Infrastructure, and further amended on the floor. Introduced by V. Anthony Atta, Sabina Flores Perez, Christopher M. Duenas, Frank F. Blas Jr., William A. Parkinson, Joe S. San Augustine, Chris Barnett, Sabrina Salas Matanani, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Shelley V. Calvo, Therese M. Terlahi. An act to add a new Article 10 to Chapter 63, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to prohibiting the import of skincare products that pose a danger to Guam's coral reefs and marine life.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yay. Speaker Blas.
Lunget.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatao. Senator Gumatao, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, yay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay.
Bill number 35-38 COR received 15 yeas. Bill number 35-38 COR is duly passed by the body. Bill number 46-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 46-38 COR, as amended on the floor. Introduced by Chris Barnett, Telo T. Titagui, Sabina Perez, Shelley V. Calvo, Therese M. Terlahi, Sean Gumatao, Sabrina Salas Matanani, V. Anthony Atta, Jesse A. Lujan, Frank F. Blas Jr. An act to add a new section 85A 103.1 to Chapter 85A of Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to following the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency to grant 8 Guam Master Awards for award years 2018 and 2022, when the agency was unable to give the 4 awards allotted for each of the said years.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yay. Speaker Blas.
Lunget.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatao. Senator Gumatao, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, yay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay.
Bill number 46-38 COR received 15 yeas. Bill number 4638 COR is duly passed by the body. Bill number 57-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 57-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Christopher M. Dueñas, V. Anthony Atta, Jesse A. Lujan, Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Frank F. Blas Jr., Vincent A. V. Borja, Shelley V. Calvo, Sean Gumatautau, Sabrina Salas Metanani, William A. Parkinson, Joe S. San Augustine. An act to add a new subarticle 3 and a new section 61103 mm of Article 1 and amend sections 61304A 4, 61305A 4, and 61306A of Article 3, all of Chapter 61, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to authorizing the construction of accessory dwelling units in residential zones to strengthen housing options on Guam.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yea. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, nay. Speaker Blas.
Okay.
Speaker Blas, yea. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yea. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yea. Senator Dueñas. Senator Dueñas, yea. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, yea. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yea. Senator Muñoz Barnes. Senator Muñoz Barnes, yea. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yea. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, nay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yea. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yea. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, nay.
Bill number 57-38 COR received 11 yeas, 4 nays. Bill number 5738 COR is duly passed by the body. Resolution number 7-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Resolution number 7-38 COR, as amended by the author, introduced by William A. Parkinson, relative to urging the United States federal government to fully fund the construction and maintenance of air raid shelters and other civil defense infrastructure on Guam, in light of heightened geopolitical tensions and the threat of regional conflict.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, nay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yea. Speaker Blas.
Aye.
Speaker Blas, nay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, nay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, nay. Senator Dueñas. Senator Dueñas, nay. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Gumatautau, nay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, nay. Senator Muñoz Barnes. Senator Muñoz Barnes, yea. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yea. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yea. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, nay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yea. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yea.
Resolution number 7-38 COR received 6 yeas, 9 nays. Resolution number 7-38 COR is duly failed by the body. Bill number 58-38 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 58-38 COR as amended in the Committee of the Whole, introduced by Vincent A. Borja, Joe S. San Augustine, Christopher M. Duenas, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Jesse A. Lujan, Shelley V. Calvo, Sean Gumatautau. An act to appropriate $5,750,984 from the fiscal year 2025 general fund revenues collected in excess of the adopted levels enumerated in Public Law 37-125 to the University of Guam for the purpose of repairs, maintenance, capital improvement projects, and accreditation-related priorities.
Roll call.
Vice Speaker Atta. Vice Speaker Atta, yay. Senator Barnett. Senator Barnett, yay. Speaker Blas.
Good.
Speaker Blas, yay. Senator Borja. Senator Borja, yay. Senator Calvo. Senator Calvo, yay. Senator Duenas. Senator Duenas, yay. Senator Gumatautau.
Thank you. In compliance with the rules of the Guam Legislature, I have submitted to the Guam Legislature my position on this bill.
I have received
You're
I
on
have
receipt.
received your letter, and you have no
Thank you.
direct benefit
Thank you.
to this, so you,
So on.
do you want the body to vote on this? Would you like the body to vote on whether or not you can?
Yes, please.
Okay. There has been a motion and a request by the Senator, good Senator Gumatautau. Should he be, can you go ahead and repeat your,
Again, Mr. Speaker, in compliance with the rules of this body, I've submitted to you my position on this bill. Again, goes back to my role as an adjunct instructor at the University of Guam. And I'm asking for the body to vote or to rule, to determine whether or not I should be able to vote or to be recused.
so you're asking the body to determine based on
Yes,
your
sir.
employment with the University of Guam as an adjunct professor, you're asking the body, should they be, allow you to vote?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
You, on the motion to allow the good Senator Gumatautau to be able to vote, recognizing that he works as an adjunct professor with the University of Guam. No, he was,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Isn't the motion whether to recuse or not,
yes,
to allow to recuse? So-
yes.
Yeah, I think you're saying it the opposite.
No, I am not done with the, we're gonna go ahead and address the, okay? So the motion is to whether or not Senator Gumatautau should recuse himself from voting on the bill, specifically Bill number 58-38 COR. Okay? All those who feel that Senator Gumatautau should recuse himself from voting on the bill. Again, for all those who feel
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Shouldn't he decide if he's going to recuse himself
he's
or not?
already asked, he's asking for the body for the consideration.
But he doesn't need to ask us. He could just make that decision.
Okay. clarification from the legal counsel. Senator Matauto is saying that he would like to vote. However, he's bringing forth to the body, okay, his relationship as an adjunct professor with the University of Guam. And he's asking the body, should he be allowed to vote? Okay? All those in favor of Senator Sean Gumatauto being able to vote, please indicate by raising your hand. Okay? Motion carries. Senator Gumatauto, you can vote.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead, ask him. Proceed. Proceed.
Senator Gubatautal. Senator Gubatautal, yay. Senator Lujan. Senator Lujan, yay. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Munya Barnes, yay. Senator Parkinson. Senator Parkinson, yay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, yay. Senator Salas Matanani. Senator Salas Matanani, yay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, yay. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Terlahi. Senator Terlahi, yay.
Bill number 58-38 COR received 14 yeas, 1 nay. Bill number 58-38 COR is duly passed by the body. Congratulations, Senator Bohr. We now move to the voting file. On the nomination of Mr. Joseph F. Artero Cameron to serve as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission, all in favor, please raise your hand. Mr. Joseph F. Artero Cameron received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Ms. Donna W. Kloppenberg to serve as a member of the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency Board of Directors, all in favor, please raise your hand. Ms. Donna W. Kloppenberg received unanimous support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Mr. Peter R. Onidera to serve as a member of the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency Board of Directors, all in favor, please raise your hand. Mr. Peter R. Onidera received unanimous support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Sina Francisco B. Rabon to serve as a member of the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency Board of Directors, all in favor, please raise your hand. Sina Francisco B. Rabon received unanimous support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Ms. Fabrine Cruz Respicio to serve as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission, all in favor, please raise your hand. Ms. Fabrine Cruz Respicio received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Jeremy J. Rojas to serve as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission, all in favor, please raise your hand. Mr. Jeremy J. Rojas received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Christine M. Woke to serve as a member of the Hagåtña Restoration and Redevelopment Authority Board of Commissioners, all in favor, please raise your hand. Ms. Christine M. Woke received unanimous support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Mr. Gerald P. Yingling to serve as a member of the Guam Land Use Commission, all in favor, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Mr. Gerald P. Yingling received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. We've dispensed of all the voting today. I'm going to go ahead and the floor is open for brief extension of remarks. Good gentleman from Momuto Tumaiti, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the true patriots of Guam that voted on Resolution 738 to protect our island of Guam and to prepare our civilian defense. I truly appreciate your vote and where your heart is at. Today, this legislature had a chance to speak with one voice on a matter that should transcend party lines and politics: the defense of our people in a time of rising uncertainty in the Pacific. Instead, what we witnessed is a rejection, not of my name or my authorship, but of the principle that our people deserve to be protected, prepared, and acknowledged by the federal government as more than a strategic outpost. Let's be clear. This was not a funding bill. It wasn't partisan. It was a resolution, an ask for the United States to fully include Guam in the protections every other American state enjoys. And yet, some chose to vote no. That vote will speak for itself. And in time, the public will decide what it means to oppose civilian defense on the world's most forward-deployed American soil. I don't take this personally, but I will remember it. I will remember that at the public hearing for this bill, not a single member that voted no showed up to that public hearing. That when we spoke of this on this floor, I offered every opportunity, welcomed all amendments, any position to make this bill better, to make this bill, this resolution, a platform for all of us to speak together. But I saw more people show up for a bill to ban sunscreen than to talk about civilian defense. I saw no one speak up. I saw us spend more time on a recess, airing out our hurt feelings and pointing fingers at each other, and less time actually talking about the civilian defense of our island. I will remember it, and I do not take this personally. But I suspect the people of Guam will remember it too. When they ask who stood for them when it was time to send a message that our lives matter, our homes and our futures matter, it came down to party lines. And I thank my colleagues. Some of the people in my own party don't even like me. But in this, they transcended their pettiness and did what was right. And I thank them for that. When the dangers of the future go from someday to tomorrow to today, I pray that the negligence, hesitation, and refusal to have hard conversations does not lead to blood in our hands in the future. With that, I yield the rest of my time, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Any other senator wishing to speak? Brief extension of remarks. General Lady from Barragata, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we close today, I feel the need to express a deep concern about the direction that we are heading, not just as a legislative body, but as a community that faces potentially catastrophic risk posed by developmental practices that threaten our clean water supply. As leaders, we are entrusted with the responsibility to make decisions that safeguard both our environment and the well-being of our people. All of our people, not just those who stand to profit from high-density developments. I'm going to say this again. High-density development in areas dependent on septic systems poses a real and sustained threat of increased nitrate levels in our water. Based on current projections, we are on track to reach half the federal maximum contaminant level for nitrates by 2029. This would trigger federal enforcement actions, increase the cost of water treatment, and potentially force GWA to shut down wells, placing unnecessary burdens on families and communities. And then there are the emerging contaminants that even newer, more advanced septic systems cannot treat, such as the carcinogenic PFAS compounds, otherwise known as forever chemicals, because they do not break down in the environment, nor in our bodies. PFAS poses significant risks to our drinking water and our health. Several of Guam's wells already exceed the federal maximum contaminant levels for PFAS, and GWA noted that at least 34 wells need costly treatment to comply with the new federal regulations. In other words, legislation that streamlines the construction of higher density developments without the installation of proper infrastructure like public sewer pose significant and long-term financial and health risks to our community. We can and should build affordable housing, but not at the expense of our natural resources. In the spirit of our ancestors who found innovative ways to live in harmony with the land, we must pursue a model of development that balances economic opportunity with environmental protections, one that benefits all and not just the wealthy few. Less than 1% of the world's water is drinkable. On Guam, we are immensely fortunate to have an abundant source of fresh, clean water, but the gift comes with the responsibility. We must not take it for granted. Let us not be remembered for taking shortcuts. Let us be remembered for making thoughtful, responsible choices that honor our duty to the people and the land. Sedius Masi.
Thank you, Senator. Are there any other senators that are wishing to make brief extension of remarks? General Lady from Tumuni, you're recognized.
Sedius Masi, Mr. Speaker. I'm very, very disappointed in this body's decision to pass Bill 8-38, which effectively hands the governor a blank check with no checks and balances. The people of Guam deserve better than this. Is this truly what the voters entrusted us to do? Create a free-for-all on contracts that could extend to anywhere from 50 to 100 years or more, based solely on a vague determination of need? This decision is especially troubling as we face the reality of drying federal funds. Our island is already grappling with financial challenges, and now we must adjust our pockets even further. Instead of safeguarding transparency and accountability, this bill opens the door to unchecked power and long-term commitments that could burden the future generation. Today is a sad day for Guam. We owe it to our people to ensure that their trust is not misplaced. There have been many people who voiced their concerns about this bill. Leaders in the past, fellow Republicans that I've spoken to. I've even spoken to our auditor, public auditor. His response is, "What are you guys doing? What do you think you're doing?" This is just unbelievable. Now watch, people of Guam, watch what happens now. You know, I was the only voter who voted no against the University of Guam bill. I stand firm in my decision to vote no on the bill. Even the sole, issue I had on this was based on the fact that federal funds can be pulled and are most likely going to be pulled, and then what happens to this money? My biggest concern was the fact that they couldn't live within their means, that this was a bailout for the University of Guam, once again. I don't get it. GCC, they didn't ask for an increase. They learned to live within their means. $4.5 million of that $5.3 million, all for salaries. And I'm pretty sure many of us heard the sentiments of the public and all the comments they made on the Post and PDN, even on the radio. We don't have that luxury anymore. We need to tighten our belts. So I'm standing firm with that vote of no. And I think there's a whole lot more other people who feel the same way. And you too will feel the same way when it comes time to having to put money at public health and there's no money for it. Or public safety and there's no money for it. And our roads, there's no money for it. Because we just couldn't say no to an agency or the university who has countlessly time and time come to this body and requested more for money. Let's not forget, they received $6.3 million more in the FY25 budget and $3.2 million in the FY24, more than the previous budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I just hope, for the sake of the people of Guam, that the next time we come in session, we're not giving away the store.
Thank you, Senator. Any other senator wishing to provide brief extensionary remarks? No other senator. Okay. Gentleman from Talafofo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the chance to speak to you all today. And this first session was truly memorable on so many fronts. It was my first session as a newly elected senator. One of the bills I introduced was brought here and has taken another step in our legislative process. I added my voice to the issues of the day facing our great island. When people have been asking about or watching the deliberations, they have had a mix of reactions to what they saw here. Some were good and positive, others bad, perhaps cynical, honest, but just a very frank assessment of the work of their 38th Guam Legislature. Mr. Speaker, the first session is just about over, but the work is not. There are many other bills that will be heard from across the 8 legislative committees across the way from here in the public hearing room. All the bills will once again go through our markup process. Yes, that is where the work of this branch is happening. Colleagues, track them, ask or send your input. These proposals will be sent to the Rules Committee, and we will be right back here again in May. When our community analyzes the process that has happened here over the past week and in the last 3 months, I want them to be reassured, Mr. Speaker, that we are taking into consideration all the calls, emails, texts, letters, social media posts, and importantly, the face-to-face discussions into the policy creation process here. All of it to make a decision. That decision will result in a vote of yay or nay to create perhaps the next law for Guam. With that, I say thank you to the people of Guam. Thank you to the voters of Guam. Thank you for the effort that has gotten us all here. As we near the fiscal year 2026 budget talks, which, Mr. Speaker, will be some of the most consequential in our collective lifetimes, I ask that each of us take the time to reflect on the collective policy process of this 38th Guam Legislature and work to make it better. Why is this important today? Well, Mr. Speaker, this place is full of so much history. I saw 2 images just the other day, and it sits in the media room just behind the glass at the entrance here to the session hall. There is in fact 2. The first is an image of deliberations of this body in a Quonset hut. The other in this building. Historic images of a deliberative body from over 70 years ago. I'm going to assume it was perhaps that long ago. The images are from a time when this group, a representative of our island villages, advised and appointed chief executive. Yes, it was pretty advisory for the start of this branch, appointed to take care of the residents of their respective districts. What would follow, the branch would see more and more changes some 20 years later when we elected our first governor. The outcomes will be very similar to today and our modern legislative branch. Mr. Speaker, we are making history. We are making policy. That is what happens here. Take away the press releases, the talk radio hit, the interviews in the newspapers, or the 6 p.m. newscast, or the social media posts, and this place is where we create policy. We surely won't agree on some, or much, or all of it. It's as I found this place to be. In just 2 months, we will be where the 11th Guam Congress was in making decisions about its foreseeable future following their first election. But for us, it will not be a transition into the Guam Legislature, but it will be about a transitioning Guam Legislature, committed to bringing forward common sense legislation that our families are counting on for us to address, that ensures public services are delivered or how men and women from Jigo to Malasu can achieve some very important things in their lives as a part of this great American community here in Micronesia. Mr. Speaker, we are just getting started. And to those watching, I ask you to remain engaged and informed whenever policies and other issues of concern are under discussion here at your Guam Legislature. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Brief extension of remarks. Any senator wishing to provide any extension? Any remarks? Any motion? Good gentleman from Ipan, you are recognized.
So just want to see Mr. Speaker for the opportunity to rise and deliver just a very brief extension of remarks. We did make history in this first session of the 38th Guam Legislature because for the first time in legislative history, for the first time ever in the history of our island, in the history of all of our elected leaders, a majority of members of this body voted to silence debate, voted to censor voices, voted to quiet the very senators that the people of Guam elected to speak for them here in the People's House. And that happened on the first day of session. Absolutely unheard of when you go out there in the community and you talk to the late greats like Speaker Mark Forbes, who would have never voted to kill debate. The late greats like defunto Senator Ted Nelson, who prided himself on his ability to stand up and to speak on the issues. And more importantly, their colleagues who opted to sit and listen and let these words be spoken, to let the debate on the issues fill the air here in the People's Hall. It was never an issue before. And my dear people of Guam, if you go back and you watch that first day of debate on the first day of session, when they voted to censor and silence the people's elected voices here in the Guam Legislature, what were we debating? It wasn't name calling, it wasn't noise. We were debating the legislature's ability to approve leases longer than 15 years. We had already amended a bill, the existing law before today anyway, you know, barring what the governor is going to do with the bill, so that any lease over 5 years, the legislature had to approve that. And so the bill was amended, Bill 8 was amended, and increased that threshold to 15 years. And then I had tried to get an amendment passed that said any lease above 15 years should require legislative approval, because we see the corruption. But more importantly, our people feel the impacts of the pari-pari system. That's what we were debating. And we heard some members in this body didn't even watch what was happening in the previous legislature. And maybe that's why it seems like they don't know what's going on with the issues of the day. Because our elected leaders owe it to the people of Guam absolutely to pay attention and to speak, but more importantly, to listen to voices that disagree with their own. And so while some members may paint a shiny picture of the events of this first legislative session of the 38th Guam Legislature, let's be real. From the first foot, from the first day, a majority of members in this body decided that discussing and debating the issues isn't even worth it to the people of Guam. It isn't worth it to explain why legislative involvement for leases over 15 years is absolutely important. So we're sending a bill to Adelup in Bill 8 that removes all legislative involvement, all legislative approval, all legislative scrutiny for all land leases of our people's land. And let's get that straight. This is not your land. This is our people's land. And I think it's reasonable to want to get involved with leases that are longer than 15 years, because as it stands now, the remarks I made on the bill before they killed the debate are absolutely correct. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100-year leases are absolutely possible if Bill 8 is signed into law. And ask yourself, why? Why, Nai? Because next year's election. And when their parties get the long leases for a penny a year, whatever the sweetheart deal may be, and the campaign contributions come through, then and only then, my dear people of Guam, will you truly know why. Sidus Masi, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Senator. Good Senator from Tumuning, you're recognized on brief extension of remarks.
Sidus Masi, Mr. Speaker. I rise to say that Bill 5738, as passed by 11 members of this body, was exactly the right thing to do. I rise to say that that bill is the most restrictive in terms of the extension of accessory dwelling units of up to 900 square feet on half-acre lots throughout the island, and calling for any homes currently to add an ADU on a half-acre lot within 200 feet or 50 feet over the GPZ and 50 feet not over the GPZ, to immediately send those 2,000 homes to be hooked up to sewer. No other mandate has been passed in this body since I've been here to do that, to enforce that law. Mr. Speaker, I am also appreciative of the justice that was meted out here, because today and for years since Senator Ada and I have been trying to pass this bill, hundreds and hundreds of homes have been built over the northern Guam lands, the GPZ, with traditional septic systems, not requiring type 4 systems that remove up to 70% or more of nitrates. Now, once again, to address this issue of PFAS, there is no evidence that the culprit is septic tanks and septic systems. In fact, the evidence is predominantly about industrial zones, about foam that was used prior in firefighting, of all kinds of other areas, broken sewer pipes, and the consent decree that we're going to spend $200 million on to fix broken pipes that are probably the main culprit, and also to add more sewer lines, is already to address the issues of PFAS now. It is a treatment issue at this point. So to hang it over the people of Guam to say the septic systems and these nitrate, these ADUs are going to be the reason why your bills are raised, they're already to the market. They're already to the market to get that mitigation. Those are the facts, Mr. Speaker. So the truth is, for those who continue to make these points and pin it on the little guy, please, can you tomorrow introduce your legislation to establish a moratorium over the entire GPZ for construction of housing without sewer over the GPZ? That is the only real way to be fair about this issue. Because you cannot have it both ways. You cannot continue to turn a blind eye to the fact that there are properties that are being built and are going to be built, going to be built over the GPZ that are several thousand square feet with huge type 2 septic tanks, but say the little guy who's going to put a 900 square foot ADU on the same property with an advanced nitrate system is the culprit. They just don't add up. Please introduce your bill to put a moratorium on all development over the GPZ, or you are just being disingenuous. On the issue of Bill 838, Mr. Speaker, in the public hearing, former Senator Tom Adat came down here and spoke of the issues related to legislative approval for these leases and supported the 30-year. We reduced it down to 15 years, Mr. Speaker, And I believe, and many believe in this body, that 15 years is the controlling term of that lease. Now, say for example it is based on the governor sending down or the demonstration of the need to continue contracts. I was taught early on when I was running for senator about one of the golden rules, and a golden rule for me in this legislature is no legislature binds another legislature. The 15 years that was put in here, the original amendment to not have legislative approval is the bill that was heard, and it was overwhelmingly supported. So if in 15 years, I don't think many of us, maybe a couple of young ones might be around, that legislature can do whatever they want to do with that bill. If they find bobadils, they can shut the whole thing down. But everything people were supporting was the removal of the legislative approval and the 15 years. And that's just the facts. Jesus Masi, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Brief extension of remarks. Any other senator wishing to provide remarks? Gentlelady from Agat, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the people of Guam watching and listening, I humbly ask you, don't drink the Kool-Aid. What you may have seen or heard during this session might have sounded passionate, grand, but I encourage you to look deeper, because not everything that sounds good serves the people, and not everyone who talks the loudest or makes the most noise is doing the most work. One of my colleagues spoke about the importance of listening, and I agree. That's why I've spent a lot of time during this session listening, observing, working behind the scenes where it matters. I actively participated in public hearings. I reviewed the markups. I even attended some of the markup meetings. And while some may prefer to perform, I preferred to prepare. That is leadership too. It just doesn't always come with a microphone. And let me be clear, the 37th Guam Legislature had opportunities, tools, and the standing rules to engage in this kind of real productive work. But many of those opportunities weren't used. During one of the few times I did speak up, even though it was during a recess, every incumbent here raised their hands, admitting that in the last legislature, bills were held, never heard, or never even given a chance to see the light of a public hearing. So I say again, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't mistake volume for value. Just because someone talks a lot doesn't mean they're doing the work. Sometimes it just means they like hearing themselves talk. To the people of Guam, we have tough times ahead, financial challenges that will require real leadership, not performative politics. We need less grandstanding and more groundwork, less sugarcoating, more service. So as you continue to tune in, I urge you, keep watching, keep listening, but most importantly, look for action over applause. Because Guam deserves more than sweet talk. Guam deserves results. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Any other senator wishing to provide remarks? Brief extension of remarks. Gentlelady from Georgia, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know what grandstanding is, apparently, because if that wasn't grandstanding, then I don't know what is. But if we want to talk about the merits of the bills, then I think that that is really our job in here, and that's to talk about the merits of the bills, to cut off debate. I agree with one of my colleagues that cutting off the debate, it might be convenient for some of us in here, but it's a very big disservice to the people of Guam, because if they can't hear from us why we are acting the way we are acting, they will believe third parties' interpretations of that, or they might not ever know why. And I just think that's the least that we can do is tell them why. And I remain deeply concerned about one of the bills that we're passing here today, Bill 8, that gives the governor full reign and her administration, board members right now, some of them acting with a quorum of 3, to take full control of the government of Guam real property under their purview, to remove from the legislature its authority and responsibility of oversight of those lands, and allows these agencies to decide what to do with the land and to bind the people of Guam for years in leases without any other review. If we just look to history, we can see that is not a winning proposition in the long term. And that is going to give some people quick cash now while you're in power, perhaps. Things will look great because you're getting money right now. But 30 years from now, as we have lived through, people, our future generations will be asking us, why did you do that? We are suffering now. This looks like a terrible deal now. And the more eyes on the deals, the better. That's what transparency in government's all about. It's just really disturbing that we are going to go backwards on transparency in government as opposed to really commit to it. Commit to listening to our agencies like GWA and Guam EPA. When they tell us there's PFAS coming out of the septic tanks, we in here are going to say we know better than them, better than the experts, that we are paying a lot of money to work in those agencies, to advise those agencies that have the same opinion throughout the nation, but we want to say they're wrong. The GWA is wrong for telling us straight out, do not double the amount of, or the density on lots over the aquifer. That's what they said. They didn't say, don't build any ADUs. They said, don't double the density of homes with only septic tanks over the aquifer. They've been very consistent in that position, so has EPA. And while we may have other problems to solve, such as putting in sewer lines, nobody has said no development. No one has said any of those things that some people want to liken opposition to a giveaway of legislative authority to. They're warning us that they are already under consent decree, that they have mandates, that they have to take care of PFAS, so we're going to pay to run everybody's sewer through PFAS screening over the aquifer. We're going to pay millions of dollars to do that. But for the perhaps benefit of a few, we're going to allow them to continue to add PFAS through septic systems. We have, some questions in here, and that's why transparency is also important. We had UOG telling us that BBMR and OFB were wrong, that the amounts that we gave them for the budget didn't cover salaries. Again, they're calling time, so I admit I will have to stop, Mr. Speaker, but Sidos Masi, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The good senator from Sinaloa, Mr. Vice Speaker, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, and this session has truly been challenging. But I thank all the staff in central operations, our legislative, our legal clerk's office, committee on rules, working diligently to ensure that this session went forward. Though it may not have been perfect, but who is perfect? And I thank all of them and all our office staff for working to ensure that progress moves forward. I heard nothing but things about giving away the land and turning around and watching on these leases. There's still provision in the law that shows a certification of need in order to go above the 15 years. And you know what has happened since the time that that provision was placed in at 5 years with legislative oversight of it? From the time of 2013 to 2025, how much opportunity was lost to the people of Guam by businesses not coming in to invest in our island and our people because of that 5 years, because of that oversight. We have lost so much opportunity to build our infrastructure, so much opportunity to build businesses to help sustain our island, because this military buildup is going to start to downsize as it comes to a close and regular military operations take over. It's what people have said in the past 12, 13 years. Even the author of that legislation said it was a mistake. So yes, nothing is perfect. And that is why we continue to move forward and we make progress day by day, bill by bill, law by law. We're not meant to be perfect, but we do try to ensure that everything that we do is within the bounds. We have that moral compass. And I don't think anyone here is thinking otherwise. We all have good intentions. And maybe that's what we need to do to start supporting each other in moving forward. Because when a bill hits the floor, when a bill is introduced, it may have been introduced by a Democrat senator or a Republican senator. But when that bill hits this floor, it becomes the bill of this body. All 15 senators, Democrat and Republican. And what comes out of this body becomes that legislation that goes forward to the governor to sign or veto. So once again, the process may have not been perfect, but I thank all the staffs for working hard and diligently to ensure that this session moves forward. And we look forward to the next session, and we look forward to the public hearings, and we look forward to the committee markups. And yes, it's going to be a long road, but I think we all can endure the rough and rugged road and come out to hopefully one day saying that we look back in the end of this term and say, you know what? Yeah, we actually did what we can to work together and to show the people of Guam that's what it's truly about. It's working together for the benefit of our island and our people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Vice Speaker. Any other colleagues wishing to speak in brief extension of remarks? With Senator from Tamuning, recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is truly democracy at work. The people of Guam didn't elect us to all agree on everything. The bills passed today because they had the majority of votes. A couple of the bills talked about today are not new bills. They've been even before I was even in the legislature. A couple of them didn't even make it out of committee. Finally, and the ones that did, introduced by previous senators, came back and said, you know, a mistake was made. And the bill was made better. The bills were made better. That's what democracy is all about, Mr. Speaker. We debate on the floor, and then the vote is taken. To really stand up and say, really, we don't have the people of Guam's best interests? Really? Really? You tell me that the families that came to my office because they wanted to build a home, put in an ADU, that wasn't in their best interests? Now, if the government wants to say that it should do better, then it should. It should have sewer all over the place. You know, it was given to us as saying that the only way to really solve this thing is to, as the speaker, the gentleman from Tabuning said, stop all development. Stop all development. And even some of the expert that may have opposed it said, oh, we can't do that either. You have a system that is better than what is going on now. Absolutely better. If the government wants the best, then put in the sewer lines. But we know that's not possible as well, because they taught us lapit. So you put it in the homeowner themselves to do it. And it's a better system. It's a proven better system. So to stand up here and say that because we don't vote the way you vote, that we don't have the best interests of the people of Guam, really? Only certain people have the best interests, huh? Again, I applaud the system of democracy because it started off rough, but democracy works, and democracy prevailed today. And for the naysayers in this house, again, some of you have been here longer than I have. Where is that? Where are those great bills that you talked about? Or that could have made it better? Where is it? So again, I want to thank my colleagues. The first session, again, it started rough, but we're here today, and we're done, and democracy worked. We'll see what happens now because we don't have the final say, actually. It goes to the governor, see what her actions are, and whatever it may be, some of them may have to come back to us again for action. That's how democracy, that's how it works. So we'll see what happens to these bills. Although we passed it here, it hasn't really got into law yet. With that, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Senator. Any other colleague wishing to speak? Brief extension of remark. No other colleagues? Okay. Any announcements? Any announcements? Colleagues, I'd like to remind you, the state funeral for the late Speaker Mark Forbes will be on Tuesday, April 8th. We'll call the session at 9 a.m. Okay, so that's Tuesday, April 8th, and we'll call to session at 9 a.m. Okay. With that, Majority Leader, Senator Han, you're recognized.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move to adjourn this session subject to the call of the Speaker.
On the motion to adjourn this session subject to the call of the Speaker, without objection, so ordered.